What's up, guys? Welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you another Final Fantasy XIV video. And in this video, we are going to be discussing, again, the monk changes. And of course, this will be in response to my first impression videos, not videos. My first impression video regarding the monk changes. Now I've played monk for a little while, done some couple of dungeons, done some endgame raiding, and I guess these are my final thoughts. And of course, this is my own opinion of all the changes, and it doesn't have to reflect what you guys think. You can let me know down in the comments what you think. So what you think of these changes now that you played with the job. But overall, this is gonna be my final sort of impression on all the changes and what I expect later on for the job. So let's go ahead and start with going down the list with, of course, the first one is the form changes duration increased to 10 to 15 seconds. I was in my first initial impression about this was kind of meh, because I didn't feel like we needed the extension to 15 seconds. Granted, I did say that it was kind of strange that they only lasted 10 seconds when Grease Lightning actually lasted 16 seconds. So it was a welcome change for me. I wasn't all too jumping for joy with the change. And honestly, at this point, I can understand the changes now more. Now that I've played monk in several dungeons, of course. So going through like the 4-man dungeon, these are pretty helpful. I suppose it reduces the amount of times I actually have to press form shift. But yeah, it's a welcome change. Again, I'm not like overly thrilled with the change, and I know it's a quality of life thing, and even though I'm not jumping for joy, I welcome the change, because I just found it weird that it only lasted for 10 seconds. So next down the list is Mantra, which increases its radius to 7 to 15 yalms. Now basically, this is a really huge buff, and I notice it much more in the end game rating. Of course, when you use your mantra, it's a huge area that it covers now. So basically, it more than doubled the circumference of what you need. If you think about it, a radius of 7 yalms has a circumference of 14 yalms, and now you got 15, and then that's the radius. Basically, the radius of the new mantra is more than the whole circumference of the old mantra. So now it's doubled. You get about 30 yalms of mantra, and this actually had a buff, I think, when Shadowbringers first started. So yeah, really excited about this. And even though I said in my first impression, I was like, it's okay. I just noticed during raids that it covers a huge area. So welcome change again. I'm not like jumping for joy, but it is a welcome change. Now the next one is the form shift. So this one was a little bit of a head scratcher to me initially, because I said in my previous video that this sort of made Anatman and 6-sided stars sort of kind of irrelevant in a way, because why would you use Anatman instead of just doing a form shift now? It sort of made it irrelevant, which I'll talk about later. But overall, I know this change was another quality of life for 4-man dungeons or for dungeons that have long hallways. And honestly, a lot of our 4-man dungeons have a long hallway, and we end up losing our Grease Lightning. Now, I can understand this change because it refreshes our Grease Lightning like so. So I'll show you guys. So I'll just hit it there, and basically I can keep walking, and once you hit curl form and go back to Oppo form, it goes back up. And you can keep doing this no matter how, even your outside battle, it doesn't matter. You can keep refreshing your Grease Lightning. And again, I was kind of scratching my head why they did this, but I suppose now that I played the monk job, instead of just reacting to the changes that they've done, I can understand more why they did this. And it's a huge quality of life thing, and I'm very, very happy with this change. Even though we'll talk about later about Anatman's Excited Star and Tornado Cape. Okay, so that's that. The next one is the meditation. So let me just use up my meditation here. So I can't use it outside of battle now. So I had to start with a battle. So basically the meditation opens all 5 chakras when you're outside of combat. And 1 button, and there you go. This is a welcome change. I think I said in my first initial video, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was really happy with this. So we don't have to press all these buttons to get our chakra stacks even outside of battle. So really happy with this, especially again in long hallways, which is a lot of our 4-man dungeon, and I do believe maybe our 24 dungeon is going to be something similar. This is a welcome change. It took them a while. I think this was something we were asking for ages ago. So really happy with this change as well. Now the big one, which I didn't really understand, and thank you guys for commenting down in the comments of my last video about this, which is in Riddle of Earth. Basically, Earth's reply bonus now nullifies all action direction requirements, and I didn't get what it meant because I didn't know Earth's reply had some sort of bonus like that. I thought to myself it was initially just a, I don't know if it's here. I guess not. Yeah, Earth's reply doesn't really hit here. So what I'm gonna do is show you guys when so you get Earth's reply, and then you get your damage taken reduced, and that I thought that was the only thing that it did. And correct me if I'm wrong, I'm guessing because this is here in the new patch that this is a new thing. Because if I was using Riddle of Earth just to like refresh my Grease Lightning before, I'd just give myself a slap. I didn't. Now, granted, I don't like spoiling myself too much when it comes to the games that I play. I try not to. So when Shadowbringers first came out, I didn't really read any of the skills. When I got them, that's when I read them. And the funny story about this is 4-point Fury. I didn't know I had like a whole AoE rotation until I was capped at level 80. I didn't know when I started looking at down my skills. I'm like, what's this? And I'm just like, what? I've been using like, you know, Armor of Destroyer, then go to Twin Snakes, then Rock Breaker, and then do Arm Destroyer, then True Strike. While all this time I had a 4-point Fury. So I'm sorry about this if this wasn't in the previous, I guess the previous patch, but If this is new, thank God. So, thank you guys again for letting me know in the comments below what this actually does. And it's basically True North for like 30 seconds, which is a huge buff to Riddle of Earth. And I'm really happy with this change. Riddle of Earth, it was, even though it had its uses, especially when I was using it on Innocence EX to basically refresh my Grease Lightning when it jumps out and it does the AoE on the, the whole wide AoE, and you have to go on the side ability. So I was using Riddle of Earth for that, and same thing with Titania. Basically, when I need to get electrocuted by her, I use Riddle of Earth again. So this is actually quite a good ability now. I'm really happy with this. This is something that I wasn't expecting, so it ranks high in my changes for Monk. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. Now for the final change, I suppose, is Riddle of Fire. Now this may be a little bit controversial of me, because in my last video I said I didn't mind the slowdown, and honestly I'm still in the same mindset, only because, like I said previously, I play in Australia and I don't exactly have the greatest of pings. And while I can understand the slowdown, and don't get me wrong, it has affected me as well. I've been pressing, like for example, I thought I press the skill and the skill already activated. Because of the slowdown, obviously it's a different time, and I ended up missing that skill, and I ended up repeating my rotation and ended up losing my Grease Lightning stack. And that's happened to me, and I think that's what a lot of people are complaining. And the fluidity, I hope I said that right, of the job just goes haywire because you slow down all of a sudden. And while I feel like this is a welcome change to a lot of the monks, I'm in the small minority, I suppose, that felt like, yeah, I'm okay with this change. Now I don't have to slow down. I do get reduced 5% extra damage, but that's fine. The Grease Lightning 4 will kick in. The perfect balance, now that you're capped, you can probably do like 10 skills before it runs out. So sorry, not 10, 5 skills or something like that. I can't remember. Or maybe even 6. Maybe, I think it's 6 now, right? If you cap the skill speed. Anyway, I know you guys will correct me with that one, but yeah, overall happy with the change again. And I'm not super hype, but I know a lot of people are. Please don't roast me in the comments below just because I'm not jumping for joy with this, because I'm in a small minority. But again, guys, this is a welcome change for me. I don't mind the change. It's I'm happy with it, I'm happy with the change. Okay, so the last two, again, it's basically Forbidden Chakra. You can't use it, and Enlightenment can't use them outside of combat. So, before I end this video, I still have to talk about the 3 skills that kind of I was hoping that they would change even one of them. And that's the Tornado Kick, the 6-sided star, and of course Enactment. Again, I previously said earlier that because of form shift, it sort of made 6-sided star and Enactment kind of irrelevant in a way. I mean, they were niche abilities to begin with, and now they became even more super niche. Although I can still think of ways when you use it, they are very situational now more than ever. Again, I'm not complaining of all the changes, I just felt like some of them the change could have come to, say, Six-Sided Star being an ability instead of a weapon skill, Anatman, just giving you an extra stack, or refresh your Grease Lightning even out of combat. It's like the Blood of the Dragon buff, something along those lines. Like the form shift extend Grease Lightning thing, while I said earlier it's great in dungeons, in endgame dungeons, you can probably, if you can get away with it, just use press Anatman and you get a refresh your Grease Lightning all of a sudden. And the same thing can be said in those long dungeons. Maybe because some of them are longer, you might still lose it, but you know what I'm saying. It's some of the changes I think could have been here instead of there. But again, please, I'm not roasting the changes. I'm happy with the changes. I just felt like maybe a tiny little bit went into Anatman or Six-Sided Star. And of course, Tornado Kick, which is the biggest issue I feel like the monks still have. For a level cap skill, Tornado Kick has been the most underwhelming cap skill, I think, in the entire game. At least from what I played anyway. I remember getting it and trying to get it in a rotation. And I do believe in Stormblood, they managed to find a way because of the wind tackle. And now it's gone again. And having 30 extra potency versus Six-Sided Star, I don't know anyone's about to use this. Most people will probably use Six-Sided Star instead of Tornado Kick. Although I can only think of one place that you might use Tornado Kick right now in endgame dungeon. Because, I mean, I haven't cleared Eden Savage 1 yet. But just before the boss disappears, but just before, I guess, the meteorite, comes down, that AOE skill, you can use Tornado Kick there. Go in the corner or go in in the middle south or middle north, whatever you want, wherever your group goes. And basically, once you use Tornado Kick there, and you can use Anatman and regain some of your stacks back until the ads come down. So that's one way that I can think of to using it. And I'm sure there'll be other ways in others, in Savage 2, 3, and 4. Hopefully there's ways for us to use this as well, instead of just, not using them at all. But yeah, that's one situation I feel like Tornado Kick and Anatman can be used in combination. Or you can just use Six-Sided Star and move away, and you can just form shift until the ad comes down. So, but overall, I guess, yeah. I don't know which is the better option, because but yeah, those are the situation in my head. Anyway, I think I've talked long enough in this video. Overall, again, I like all the changes, and some of them I gladly accept, like Riddle of Earth and the Earth's Reply bonus now is huge. It probably my best one at the top, and then it goes Riddle of Fire, and then Form Shift, and then Meditation Mantra, probably in about the same. And then the last ones are gonna be the Oppo forms, or the different forms extension. So yeah, I just wish, again, maybe in the future they'll think about some of our cap-ended skills. I don't know what to call them. They were cap skills. So anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video to our fellow monks out there, because I want to know what you guys think of all these changes And I'm sure a lot of you are happy with this, but if there's something you're not happy with, please leave it down in the comments below, because I want to know what you guys think as well. I lurk around in the forums, and I don't reply to or do any posts. I just want to see what people think, and do they think the same thing that I think. And sometimes maybe I will post something eventually. It's been a long time since I posted in the official forums for Final Fantasy XIV. So yeah, go ahead and leave down in the comments below, and let me know what other changes you might want in the future. And make sure to follow me on Twitter and on Facebook at Munchkins Gaming. This is Munchkins logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.